You trying to get Twitch?
Yeah.
All right, so we have a SNS, #1 in the PR. Pretty good at this video game.
He was #1.
Exactly, right? And he still is, and he proved that on Saturday, I heard.
Yeah,
I wasn't there. I wasn't there for Metagame 2, but he did not drop a game.
Is this esports?
I think it's esports.
Oh, wow.
So Jarrus is Kirby. SNS is Kirby right now, and Mystryu, I don't know if he's on the Melee PR. I don't think he is. I know he's on the PM PR for Sheik, but I don't know how often he plays Melee, but SNS is definitely Kirby right now. And so what happened was I walked over and Mystryu said, because I lost to SNS. We saw that on the stream.
Yeah.
I lost him, Kojo here. I lost to him, and then Mystryu won his match, so he's against SNS and winner is round 3 or 4, I don't remember. But yeah, winner's round 4. So he, Mystryu walked over and said, SNS said he's going Kirby. And I said, wait, really? Like he's the worst character in the game. Like don't play Kirby. And I walked over to check with Jarrus, and he's like, yeah, I'll do it game 1. We'll see what happens. So we're seeing it. And so this is probably considered one of the worst matches in the game, if I had to guess. Right?
Yeah,
like Sheik against a lot of these like mid-tier, low-tier characters is just, she's like the she's kind of the reason these characters are mid-tier, right? Like she shuts them down. She's probably got a chain grab on Kirby. She probably has some crazy stuff on Kirby. Oh my god. But Kirby doesn't have any kill moves, so it's fine. He has to rely on Gimps though. Oh. Yeah, so I have no idea what SNS is going to do, but SNS, known for being proficient with every character in this game, and he's bound to show it. He just wants to show it.
She's kind of like that girlfriend that when you're arguing with her doesn't let you argue back.
That's fair.
Like, you start to put your word and she like...
And then she just...
Like, no, let me talk.
Yeah, kicks you away and then chain grabs you all the way to death.
Yeah, I mean...
That's a weird comparison, but I see it, you know, like I get it. But yeah, so we've got Mystryu up 1 stock, Kirby at high percent. Kirby probably at kill percent from a down air, or a down throw. But, very nice. Shielded the forward air and then jumped up into the back air and poked him out. So this is...
I thought that was my
No, it was forward air from Sheik. He slapped the shield and then Kirby did a out of shield back air. Ooh!
Oh, I thought it was an out of shield up air and the back hit.
No, it was back air. Unless I missed, I might have seen it wrong.
I don't know.
But I don't know. I don't know why he went Kirby. It's a weekly. I don't know why he went Kirby, but this is happening. So. SNS, for those of you who don't know, #1 on the PR, normally known for his Luigi, really like strong Luigi, and a Marth that he plays and he destroys people with. But for a while, I hear stories. This was before my time. I've only been in the scene for about 2 years, but apparently there was a time where SNS actually claimed that he seconded the random button. So he actually would play random in tournaments against people that he knew he could beat. And then if he lost, he would go Luigi, you know, like... But he would actually pick random and do random. So
why the hell you want to play it?
It's Jarrus. It's what he does. He's just here to have fun. Yeah. But he also wants to win that money, you know? We got all that. How many people we have in the tournament today? Like 30, 35? 38, 35? Oh, it's okay. He was high percent.
Or 34.
Kirby was going to die from 1 more hit anyway, so he missed out on some free damage, but he didn't miss much.
Let's
I don't know.
Clutch it out here.
I just don't know why this is happening. I love it, but I don't know why it's happening.
Yeah, you know.
But, you know, SNS with Kirby has gotten Mystryu a Sheik. Probably a terrible matchup. I'd have to guess like at least 80-20, like if I had to guess.
Sounds about right.
And he's gotten him down to 2 stock and he's still fighting. Like, that's the thing, is like, he's making this character look not the worst. Okay, he's the worst. Kirby's bad. Yeah. But SNS is not the worst, so we'll see what happens. I think he's probably going to switch to Luigi. Or maybe Marth, I'm not really sure. Oh my god, he's not staying Kirby. Oh no, they're just doing stage before he picks his character. Yeah, so Mystryu knows that he plays Luigi and Marth, so he's gonna be counterpicking, expecting that character to come out. So wait.
Wow.
No.
Wow.
No. Wow. Don't do it again. It's only a best of 3. No, Jarrus. Don't do it. No.
You know, one thing Jarrus told me was when he sits down He thinks to himself, you have already lost, and I'm about to show you why.
Is that the Jeristotle? Because I know he sometimes tags deep quotes on Facebook as Jeristotle. He's my favorite. Oh man. Okay, well, so Jairus is up a stock here.
There we go.
Throws a needle in his mouth. Power shields the needle. I don't know what this means. I don't know what this means. Oh, Kirby's grab range is garbage. I knew it. Oh, up tilts, looking like 64. Except way worse.
Money.
Oh! I cannot believe this is happening. Okay, so Jairus figured something out. SNS figured something out here. Oh, not quite fast enough with that up air because all of Kirby's moves are absolute garbage. But maybe not back air. Back air is okay. Forward tilt, very smart, knowing that. Oh, what's happening? No, I can't believe this is happening.
Have you no heart?
What is going on? He's gonna throw a needle in his mouth. That's fine. He'll just take the 1% or whatever, 2%. Go for another. Why though?
He's got a point to prove.
It's Jairus, you know. It's SNS. That's what it. He's a crazy man. Okay.
Love them all.
A very nice up air. Closed out Kirby at 105. Good stuff from Mystryu. Let's see if he can figure out what he did last match to keep this Kirby at bay. But this Kirby is going in.
Kirby is bay.
Kirby. Oh no, he's got needles. This character just became a much higher tier. All right, let's see what he can do with needles. Needle grabs? We got needle grabs? We got needle grabs? Do it. Do a needle grab. Oh! Oh, he went for it. All right. Oh. This is a match.
Yo, you know about Falco Kirby, right?
Yeah, Falco Kirby's gross, man. Those lasers, like, giving the worst character in the game one of the best moves in the game, just makes him kind of like low mid tier.
Best in the game.
I know in Project M, Kirby's a lot better, and there was talk that like Kirby with Falco lasers was probably like one of the best characters in the game.
Probably broken as all.
And everyone was like, oh, really? Oh my god, he went to, oh my god. Oh, he took his ledge, but he just jumps in there again? What is happening? Alright, that should be a dead Kirby, yeah, absolutely. Down throw to any move would have killed Kirby at that percent, except maybe a weak back air or a weak nair, but he would have chosen forward air or up air depending on the DI, and he chose up air, so he died. Oh! I cannot believe. Did he catch his jump? No, he didn't. Oh, man. Wow. And SNS just spacing out forward tilts. Very nice light shield from SNS there. Oh my god!
Snag him.
So that is 1-1. That is 1-1 for this set here, where SNS is going Kirby. And
will he stay?
He's gonna stay Kirby. I know it. He's gonna stay Kirby. He's gonna stay Kirby.
Oh god.
And they're going to Pokemon Stadium. Why? Oh, this is counter picker. He didn't ban this? What would you ban?
I don't know.
What would Kirby ban? Like what? FD maybe? No, he's good on this stage. Well, no, he's not. I mean, he's not good on any stage. But like, this is gonna get you killed like 20% sooner than it was on every other stage. Oh my god! Oh my god! Why? Yo, Needles, watch. Roll, spot dodge, up tilt. Kirby things. Oh! He's got Needles. Oh, spacing out a forward air, not quite far enough. Sheik still gets the grab. Mystryu looking pretty patient, but he's already down a stock. It's Kirby. I mean, what are the chances that Mystryu has played against Kirby in this game, right?
Right.
So, pretty minimal. This character is not really played very much, and for good reason. Considered the worst character in the game, I believe, on the official tier list.
I think that's all the reason.
Below, you're right. Below Pichu, who is everyone knows is garbage. But
hey,
you're right. I'm sorry.
I'll discuss this with you later.
All right, we'll talk later off stream. But Pichu's pretty garbage. But I've seen Pichu things. It's fine. But down smash with some weird DI, not quite enough to kill Kirby, even though he's super light. Oh, that should be a kill. Yep. Turn around up there. And that up air is probably going to kill Kirby with any DI at probably around like 100, I want to guess, on this stage. The stage, for those of you who don't know, Pokemon Stadium known for its really low ceiling. Ooh, that combo was so good from Mystryu with the up tilt, with the reverse up tilt hitting him. But let's see if SNS has an answer for this. And he's just spacing him out with back airs, going for down airs. And then that forward air is really deceptive. It hits a lot, but it's kind of slow. So it hits multiple times, and so sometimes you just don't think it's gonna hit you, and then it hits you with like another hit. Like it. Oh, dash attack's absolute garbage in this game. That's like the biggest thing that they fixed in PM was his dash attack is amazing in PM. And you can jump out of it if you go off stage, kind of like DKs. But we're not talking about PM. We're talking about melee. And you can see, oh, great patience here from Mystryu, making maybe an adjustment. Okay. That should be a dead Sheik. So he did a walk-off up air, and up air is a weirdly strong move for Kirby, and it sends at a weird angle. Like it sends kind of like wherever his feet are poking, but it's a weird hitbox. Because I think on the tip it sends up, unless I'm mistaken. Was that a phantom down tilt? I believe that was a phantom down tilt. That was gross. It was a okay. And evening it up here. Even stocks game 3. With SNS playing Kirby. I can't believe it. I mean, it's a weekly, right? Like, have fun. I was talking to Mystryu about this set that I played with SNS, and he was like, "Why'd you go DK?" And I said, "Because I wasn't gonna beat SNS with any of my other characters, because he's way better than me in Melee with his characters, and I wanted to have fun. It's a weekly, and I had fun, you know. So I think SNS is having fun here. Mystryu likes Sheik, so he has fun with that. But
you'll always be the leader of the bunch to me.
Thank you. I appreciate it. It's kind words.
We know you will.
And I'm finally back to kick some tail. If only I had my coconut gun, right? Like
you're bigger,
faster, and stronger too, right?
I would have heard.
Yeah. And I am the first member of the DK crew, so. But yeah, so pretty unrelated. Pretty even stocks here, even percent. Kirby's got an edge guard situation here. Forward tilt, knowing that forward smash wasn't going to do anything for him because it's a bad move. Ooh, but the roll on covers the recovery. But high percent for Kirby here. One grab and he should, realistically, he could die here. At this point, yeah, he might be in trouble. Oh, nice grab. Read the roll into the center stage, which is generally a smart option. If you're near the edge of the stage, most players are going to roll to the middle because they want to be safe. They want to be away from the edge, and so. Oh, misses the forward air. That's a huge cost because everything that SNS is getting at this point is free damage for Kirby, and so. Oh, the dash attack worked. That hitbox is crazy, bad, but crazy. It's okay. Kirby's still got some jumps. He's gonna air dodge on. Not quite enough. The stage is really wide horizontally, which is it counterbalances the vertical nature of it, where it's very slim. We're about to see the cliff come out. I don't know if this is going to help or hurt Kirby here. He might have walls to tech on. Oh my god, he dunked it. Slapped him away. I can't believe what's happening.
Gotta be very careful.
Oh, here. Went for the up air. Didn't quite get it. And SNS needs to turn something on right now with Kirby, which is hard because I don't think he has an on button. But we're about to find out.
It's like one of those days that you can't find the batteries for it in any store.
That's what playing Kirby is like. You just like your battery's always low and the game console's yelling at you. It's kind of what picking Kirby feels like, right? But he has a full stack of needles. That could definitely hurt. Oh! Oh my god, what? Is that a dead Sheik? Oh, he missed it. Oh, he missed it. This is still doable for Mystryu and for SNS. I don't know who's going to win. Uh-oh. Oh, up tilt beats out the forward smash. Tries to cover a roll. Didn't quite roll in time. Uh-oh. Oh, that was not a great roll from SNS. Mystryu covered it with a down smash. It's a great move from Sheik.
Stressed.
I know. I don't want either of them to win.
No.
This is this is a weird set.
No. I can't watch.
All right, this should be an edge guard. Oh! Are you serious? Jairus, go home.
Go home, Jairus.
You need to stop. Oh, I'm playing on stream.